Fanfic Corner, Special Edition, presented by Jennifer. Mistletoe and Moonberries, a Dragon Prince Christmas fanfic. Christmas was a favorite holiday throughout Zadia and the Panarchy. Not only had it been celebrated by the humans, elves, and dragons long before the peace had been established, but it was also the birthday of Princess Holly, the first child born from a human and an elf. The palace was a bustle of activity. King Ezran had commissioned a ball to not only celebrate the holiday, but also his niece's birthday. This Christmas, Princess Holly would turn 5 years old. That meant that everything had to be perfect. Normally, Holly preferred to wear moonshadow green, like her mother. But, as a member of the Catalyst royal family, she had to wear red and gold to state and royal functions. But Christmas was different. Because it was also her birthday, she was allowed to wear whatever color she wanted, and she always wanted moonshadow green. The royal seamstress had been busy making Holly's dress in moonshadow green, as well as Rayla's gown and Callum's suit in Catalan red and gold. All three had to be perfect and finished in time for the ball. Not only that, but there was also King Ezran's suit to finish. The other servants were busy getting everything ready. There had been other balls at the palace, but this one had to be absolutely perfect since it was also Holly's birthday party. The guest list was extensive, with nobles from all over Catalyst as well as representatives from the other kingdoms. Those that couldn't come had sent gifts. Presents had been coming all month. Holly had to be told several times a day not to touch them. The closer it got to Christmas and her birthday, the harder it was for the princess to wait. However, today Holly was submitting to a final fitting for her dress, under protest, her parents noted. "Don't look so upset, Princess," Rayla said. "I don't like fittings either, but they have to be done." "I still don't like it," Holly said as the seamstress pinned her skirt to the right length. She looked at her mother. Even with the swell in her belly, Holly was going to be a big sister before summer. She still looked elegant. Holly was excited about being a big sister, but Callum and Rayla were keeping an eye out for signs of jealousy, since Holly had been an only child for 5 years. Callum remembered what it was like when Ezran was born. He had been happy at first, but had felt left out since his mother had to give more attention to the new baby. "How are my girls?" Callum asked, coming into the room. "Someone is getting a little antsy about standing for her fitting," Rayla said, looking at their daughter. "And someone just kicked me." Callum smiled. They were excited about their family growing even bigger. "All done, Your Highness," the seamstress said. Rayla helped Holly out of her new dress. They had learned the hard way that Holly sometimes knocked the pins out when removing her dresses. Then the seamstress would have to start over. "Can I go play now?" Holly asked after changing back into her clothes. "You can, but remember dinner is in 2 hours," Rayla said. "She's just like you," Callum said as he and Rayla watched their daughter run off to play. "True, but she gets her love and talent for art and magic from you," Rayla said. It was true. Holly loved to draw as much as her dad and was really good at magic. Callum had started teaching her a year ago, and she was already as good as his advanced students. The family suit was also covered with Holly's artwork, and it was hard to tell hers from her dad's. Not only that, not that she had inherited traits from Rayla. Even at such a young age, she was skilled at combat. With her talent at art, magic, and combat at such a young age, many in the palace were calling her a prodigy. Everyone in the palace was curious about what the new baby would be like. Would it be a warrior like Rayla, an artist and or mage like Callum, or a combination like Holly? Holly followed the hallway to the ballroom. She wanted to see the decorations that were being put up. Her parents and uncle had been talking about them all week, but she hadn't seen them yet. She would just take a peek. It was, after all, also her birthday. She wanted to see what the servants had done to decorate for the ball. "Where are you going?" came a voice. "Hi, Uncle Soren," Holly said, turning around. "Hi," Soren said. "Now, where are you going?" "Nowhere." "And this nowhere wouldn't be the ballroom, would it?" Holly shook her head, but she didn't know why she bothered. She never could keep secrets from Soren. He knew her too well. He should. He'd known her since she was born. "Do Mom and Dad need to know about this?" she asked. "Tell you what, if you come with me to the kitchen for some jelly tarts, I won't tell your parents about this." Soren liked being a big brother to Holly. Though no one said it out loud, Holly seemed to have filled the void in Soren's life that Claudia had left. It had been a difficult decision when Soren chose the princes over his family, but it was one he would make again. Now Soren saw it as his job to protect Holly when she was away from her parents. Holly took one last look down the hall to the ballroom. She knew she wouldn't get to see the decorations now. Soren said he found Holly trying to get a look at the decorations. Ezrin said, "She's determined, you have to give her that," Callum said. Holly had gone to bed, and Callum, Rayla, and Ezrin were talking. The talk had started with affairs of state and moved to the party. There was so little time until Christmas and Holly's birthday, and there was still so much left to do. The rest of the decorations needed to be put up and the menu for the ball finalized. True, there were servants to see to it all, but Ezrin, Callum, and Rayla were very hands-on and liked to see for themselves things were getting done. And besides, this ball was special. Christmas may come every year, but Holly would only turn 5 once. Holly was up early a few days later. They had started the countdown to her birthday, and with each passing day, she was getting more and more excited. She opened the door between her room and her parents and went right to her parents' bed. "Mom, Dad," she said excitedly, "it's 14 days until my birthday." "We know, Holly," Callum said. "Now go back to bed." Holly climbed onto the bed and snuggled in between her parents. "I'm really excited," she said. "I'm going to be 5. "Yes, Holly," Rayla said. "Now sleep." "Why didn't we go to the Banther Lodge this year?" Callum rolled over so he was facing both of his girls. "You're not going back to sleep, are you?" he asked Holly. Holly shook her head and giggled. If she wasn't going back to sleep, Callum and Rayla wouldn't be able to. "All right," Callum said. We're up. "Yay!" Holly said, jumping out of bed. With her birthday getting so close, Holly was getting excited. She was counting the days and getting more and more excited with each one. Her parents and uncles were being kept busy keeping her out of the ballroom. They were also being kept busy welcoming the dignitaries to the castle. Representatives from all over Zadia and the other 4 human kingdoms were arriving to celebrate the holiday and Princess Holly's birthday. Fortunately, today Holly had a lesson in etiquette. With any luck, she'd be busy for hours. "Her Majesty, Queen Anya of Dern," the herald announced as Anya entered the throne room. Due to equal ranks, Ezran didn't have to bow to her, though to his right, Callum and Rayla did. But out of both Catullus and Germ's friendships over the years, and his and Anna's own friendship, he did approach her. "Welcome, Anya," he said with the familiarity of an old friend, before raising her hand to his lips and kissing it. "Where's the birthday girl?" Anya asked. "In a lesson," Callum said. "She'll join us for dinner." Anya looked over at Rayla. The news of her second pregnancy had reached the other kingdoms. "Congratulations are in order," she said. "It was a surprise, believe me," Rayla said. "It was a surprise when the news reached Dern." It had been a surprise for all the kingdoms. The Catalan royal family was growing bigger than the others, especially when you included Rayla's family. But no one minded. After years of Catullus having a royal family of 3, it was finally getting bigger. On Christmas morning, and her birthday, Holly was up early. She went to her parents' room and crawled on their bed. "Mom, Dad," she said excitedly, "it's Christmas and my birthday." "We know, Holly," Rayla said as Holly crawled between them. "You're what, 3 now?" Callum said. 5, Holly said. "No, you're not. You're 5." Holly laughed. That morning, the family and Ezra and Soren opened their Christmas presents from each other and the winter spirit. Holly spent the rest of the day playing with her new toys and her friends from the other kingdoms. Soon it was time to get ready for the ball. Normally, Holly didn't like having to stop to play to get ready for a ball. But this was also her birthday party, so she didn't need the encouragement. "You look so pretty, Princess," Rayla said as she adjusted Holly's tiara. "You're going to be the belle of the ball," Callum said. "Can we go to the ball now?" Holly asked. The family made their way to the ballroom. A footman was on either side of the double doors, waiting for the family to be announced. At a silent signal, the doors were opened. "Their Highnesses, Crown Prince Callum, Princess Rayla, and Princess Holly," the herald said as the family entered the ballroom and stopped at the top of the stairs, Holly in front of her parents. Ezran smiled and raised his glass to the family. Everyone else in the ballroom followed suit. "Merry Christmas," he said, "and to my niece, happy birthday." "Happy birthday, Princess Holly." Okay, before I sign off, I'd just like to say if anyone out there has a fanfic or short story they would like me to read for Fanfic Corner or Story Corner, feel free to send it to either my Tumblr account, Facebook page, or Facebook group. I will have the links in the description section. A couple of things to keep in mind. First off, please be sure to include your name, or if you're submitting someone else's work, the name of the author. Second, please try to keep them short. Third, please try to keep them clean and appropriate. Fourth, if it's a holiday fanfic or short story, please submit 2 months before the holiday and be sure to include the name and date of the holiday. And finally, number 5.